Well, shooters and reloaders and 3 Circles passengers and members, it's Fortune Cookie 45 LC coming to you from the hot lead zone. And what we're doing is, got another wet rainy day outside, and yeah, it's kind of bleak and it's raining hard, then it lets up a little bit and rains again. And so we're doing some work to get our 6mm arc ready to go to the range. And so what I'm doing is I'm bore sighting on a distant tree and got it bore sighted nicely. The topic of this video is marketing and our shooting sports. But we're going to be talking about marketing within the matrix of the shooting video on getting the 6mm arc ready to go to the range. That means loading up some rounds, and we're using new brass to get the brass fire formed to the chamber and get once fired brass, all of that kind of thing. And hoping that we can get a good load with new brass. So we're going to use these bullets for our workup on the 6mm arc. And one is the 105 grain Berger VLD target bullet. Now another bullet we're going to use is the Sierra 107 grain hollow point boat tail Match King bullet. And then we're going to use the Sierra 110 grain hollow point boat tail Match King SMK 110 grain SMK. Okay, talk about marketing a little bit. And you know, marketing is something that you can get a degree in from a college. And you know, if you're in a communist country, there's no such thing as marketing, because they tell you what you can have, they tell you what you can be, they can tell you what you are, and that's it. There's no choice, really. So when you have a choice, then you have marketing, because what marketing does, tries to sell you something and uses all the media, all the contact methods to get you to buy something. So they want you to sell something. They want to sell something to you. So when it comes to that, the idea of selling something is you either want to market something to people that is a good product that will really help them, or you want to sell people something they don't really need, what they really don't want, but through marketing you get them to buy something that they don't need or they don't want. That's kind of a dishonorable thing for marketing to do. Whereas the honorable thing in marketing is to have a good product and to tell everybody about it so that they'll go ahead and buy it and they'll be better off for it. A good example of that is like Lee Precision Products. They market to you all of their innovation, and their innovation's good products that you can use for the most part. Nobody's 100%. And the example of dishonorable marketing would be to sell you the Brooklyn Bridge. You don't need it, you don't want it, but they get you to buy it. So marketing, look what marketing has done for us as reloaders and ammo burners. And as for bullets, I'm sure a lot of you remember those times when they were talking about stopping power and relative incapacitation index and Hatcher formulas, and that was all to sell bullets and sell ammunition, and we had to have that. Well, that culminated in Winchester coming out with what they call the Black Talon, and the Black Talon was a bullet that was very aggressive and was aggressively marketed to the point where it became a bloodthirsty bullet and had to be pulled off the dealers' shelves. Both bullets and ammo had to be recalled because of the negative PR. And today we're talking about ballistic gel, the gel testing. And the bullet does so well in gel, you have to have this bullet. You have to have this ammo. Again, marketing. And a lot of the videos out there just feeds into the marketing, but that's just the way it is. And then look at the bewildering idea of gunpowders. It's kind of like toothpaste. The way they marketed toothpaste is the same as gunpowder. You got gunpowder that was basic, bullseye, and unique, were the early powders that went all the way for the next few decades, and then started coming along more powders when the Magnum pistol calibers came in. So 2400, then all of a sudden you got more and more powders, and today we have a bewildering array of gunpowders. And look at the way they advertise it. Like toothpaste, they say, well, you got better tasting, you got gels, you got the striped toothpaste, you have cavity control toothpaste, plaque control toothpaste, you have toothpaste that restore the strength of enamel, and all of this kind of thing to sell more toothpaste. Gum disease prevention toothpaste, all of this kind of thing. And that goes for gunpowders too. Started out with regular gunpowder, then you had double base gunpowders come along, economical. They pushed economy for a while. Then came the cleaner burning gunpowder, less smoke, better for your competition. Then came copper fouling erasing, copper control gunpowder. And the latest thing is temperature insensitive gunpowders. Well, what did we do in the past? It's not like we didn't know about the effect of temperature on gunpowders. If you're going to go hunt in a safari in Africa where the temperatures go toward 100 degrees and you were loading near maximum, then your ammo in high temperature is going to be over maximum. We knew that many years ago. So what do? You test in hotter weather, you cut the charge by 1.5 grains or maybe even 2 grains, and you're good to go. So you're fine for temperature by handling, testing, and the charge. You go ahead and handle it. Now you're trying to market to you gunpowders that are temperature insensitive, as if you can go ahead and shoot in the freezing sub-zero cold and then go to the equator and shoot over 100 degrees and not have to change your charge. Really? Temperature stable gunpowders have to be like your extruded ones. You can't have ball powders because they won't be temperature stable. And then came along Winchester Stay Ball. That's ball powder that's stable in temperature. So there you go. Now you got everything with the Stay Ball. So we've got to go out and get some Stay Ball powder now, all to sell more powder. Is that good or bad? Probably. It just winds up with a lot more powder on their shelf, whereas the days of having bullseye and unique and 48.95 gunpowder, that was it. You could do everything with 48.95. Still can, probably. Well, it's all that bad because after all, we have to have sales to drive the economy, to have profits, to provide jobs for all the people, and there's more and more people all the time. There's more and more people all the time. You're going to have more and more marketing and more sales to provide jobs for everybody and keep the economy going for more people. So you got to have more stuff. You got to sell more stuff. And what's wrong with that? So what you're looking at here on the bottom is my .243 Winchester barrel for the Thompson Center Encore, and that one, of course, is same as 6mm .243 caliber, and that .243 Winchester can drive bullets around 3,200 feet per second without any problem. So why did I need a 6mm arc? So there you see that the 6mm arc is puny compared to the .243 Winchester. .243 Winchester is basically a .308 case neck to 6mm. And the 6mm arc case is based on the 7.62 by 39 Russian case. So it's just basically puny compared to the .308. And basically the 6mm arc is none other than the 6.5mm Grendel case neck to 6mm. That was done and it was called the 6mm AR. And then Hornady latched onto it, made some very slight changes, and called it the ARC for the Advanced Rifle Cartridge. But that's just a lot of marketing, because how advanced is a 6mm ARC? You've got cases like a 6mm PPC round, which is also based on a 220 Russian case, which is a 7.62 by 39. There was also a 6mm BR round that was for bench rest shooting, based off a 308 case. Those were way before the 6mm ARC. And so you've got bench rest type of calibers in the PPC, and also the BR is a little bit more powerful than the 6mm ARC. Because a 308 case is a bigger diameter case than a 7.62 39 case, so you got a little more powder, you got another 100 feet per second in the 6mm BR, and they're basically the same length cartridges. So what's so advanced about the ARC? So now you might wonder why I wound up getting a 6mm ARC, since you feel the way you do about the 6mm ARC. And the answer is, I got this rifle because it's nice to have a lower recoiling round and more pleasurable to shoot and economical to shoot and accurate. So we're going to hang it on accuracy, but also the idea that because the intensity of the round is less, the barrel life is going to be a lot longer, and I like that. Kind of appeals to me. And it's a shorter rig, so we'll see. If it'll shoot accurately, then that makes all the difference in the world. If it doesn't shoot accurately, then the ARC round basically is overshadowed by everything and substituted by everything, and therefore it doesn't have any reason to exist. But the marketing and all the glowing reports and reviews and all the work that was done, all the videos out there on the ARC round, all help into that marketing of this idea. Much has been made about the 6mm ARC's ability to shoot long, heavy, high ballistic coefficient bullets. And by the way, that's a big marketing thing too. How much has been sold on that long range, high ballistic coefficient kind of formula. Because we've got a longer throat in the chamber, we can put long, high BC bullets out there and load these rounds and take advantage of ballistic performance out at longer range. And even though I might not shoot more than 200 yards, because the range that I can go to out here in Poulsbo has a 200 yard range, part of the reason why I went ahead and got the 6mm ARC. Fortune Cookie 45LC, we'll see you in the next video.